Hello, everybody. It's N. This time it's N as in the guy who invented Pokemon Go, AR, and Harry Potter Go. I talked about inventing AR a few times. Google was one of the first companies that was on board with AR, then Microsoft. I didn't talk about inventing Pokemon Go. It's when I took inventory of AR in January of 2014. Like I said, I had an idea burst that day, where it was idea after idea after idea, in hopes that I would get paid eventually, basically being the best employee of the bastard without a soul. But I never got paid. It was very heartbreaking. But it let me look at myself from there, I looked at myself as a cash cow that was just being milked without being fed grass. What I needed was companionship at that time and money. So, on to Pokemon Go. How did I invent that? I looked at AR. I realized I was sitting on AR for too long. And I needed something simple to propel AR forward significantly. Now, by the way, everybody talks about AR, everybody talks about VR. They know it's the future. I mean, picture a computer where you can interact with an overlay of the computer. I mean, picture a computer appearing in your household, a digital computer, so to say, wearing special AR glasses or VR glasses. But sticking with AR right now, I went to Pokemon Go because I knew Pokemon was a really big thing. It already had millions to hundreds of millions of people who love it. And I thought, what's the simplest way to make this happen? So Pokemon Go was invented in January of 2014. Niantic, the name came up. I saw the light in that company. They were struggling with Ingress, their old game, their original game, the game that they came up with. Very contrary to my game that everybody knows about. That, hundreds of millions of people still play? Tens of millions, maybe? Lost track of those numbers a while ago. So, it was easy. I just used Pokemon with AR. Then, with Nintendo, I believe I invented Splatoon in that same time period. To quote myself, something as fun as GoldenEye 007, but without real guns. And then I thought of paintball. Then that became the best-selling Nintendo game for a while, the best-selling Wii U game for a while. With Nintendo, I'm also the one who selected the $300 price point. Obviously, other people probably voted on it, but that's what I selected. Nintendo has a way of undercutting its own success where they were willing to go with $250 for the console and the first game. I also contributed to Zelda Breath of the Wild. Besides the title, the general direction for it, and I contributed to the Zelda Dynasty Warriors equivalent, and I invented Linkle. And with Super Mario Odyssey, it was the big world, the open world in a city. I don't think I invented Cappy, though. I don't remember that. What else? Harry Potter Go. I was speaking into my hacked phone. If you can imagine that, it's like me talking without a YouTube video into the phone, and it would usually be like an order or something like that. And the bastard would get it done if he agreed with it. If not, then nothing really happened. I have to push for a point or a case for a while. Better than fur or feathers, because to wear fur is to really almost celebrate the death of an animal. I don't really agree with wearing fur, unless it's necessary. Anyway, so around that time, any other idea? Oh, the movie, John Wick 2, to make the sequel to John Wick. I didn't have any movie ideas in January of 2014 to make the sequel to John Wick. And it happened. They made the sequel to John Wick, just like that, without anybody responding to me saying, hey, can you give us more about this? It's usually one-way communication, like, telegrams. So thus, this has been my contributions to Nintendo. My contributions to Harry Potter include coming up with the Cursed Child play, calling it the Cursed Child, knowing it as a play in 2 parts. My other contribution includes Harry Potter Wizards Unite. That's Harry Potter Go. I was talking to my hacked phone and I said, look, if you want the next Go game, it's going to be Harry Potter. And I said, alright, tell me that you found it online if you got this message. And in my tweet, one of the tweets showed up. We learned about Harry Potter Go online. So it's weird. It was like I was participating in the theft of my own ideas just to make the ideas happen. And Fantastic Beasts was conjured up by me in the summer of 2016. Along with the 4 wizarding schools instead of the 1 wizarding school. So really, J.K. Rowling has a way to quadruple her success simply by writing from scratch in one of the other Harry Potter wizarding worlds. But even I could see the immensity of doing that much work. And I know that she doesn't like to write. That's the impression I get. Maybe I'm projecting there. But anyway, those are the contributions. I just talked with her people through email, and she's claiming all the ideas to be hers, which means that once I get even a shred of proof, that she goes down for fraud. And it's pretty shitty, by the way. As a person who was formerly poor, who had to use writing to get her way out of poverty, I use ideas to get myself out of poverty. That's pretty much why I keep going back to the ideas. It's pretty shitty. I did not expect her to do that. I thought she'd do what is right. But hey, maybe a message was lost in transit or something, huh? It's just incredibly shitty. She's more like the bastard than like me.